What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here for Creator Insight number 3. We are off the heels of 2 fantastic episodes with Shannon and Whistler, and I had to stop milking the SWW cow for a little bit.
Milked it.
It's the tits ran dry.
Milk,
Let's just say. I wanted to get into how UKW started and really get y'all some behind the scenes. So shout out to Whistler. I don't know if he's gonna be watching this or not, but shout out to him. It was kind of his really idea that kind of gave me the right ahead. I had already had this plan, but hearing him say it was a really good idea really made me get the backbone behind to go ahead and shoot this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to everybody. I'm Cass. I do the main league commentary for UKW, Renegade and Valor, and any premium live events and special events, and hell, anything on the channel. That is Valente. He has been my right hand man since early season 1. Been there every single episode, almost. And then we have you're seeing a still image of Mr. Rat.
I can't wave because I have a bootleg setup of a camera, so that was that. But just know I'm waving in your head, so you know. Just picture that.
Just imagine that image on your screen right now.
Yeah, just imagine that. Just picture that. But yeah, I've also been here pretty early. Pretty good. I enjoy it. Enjoy being with these dudes. Handsome men.
Very. So we're gonna get in. This is gonna be a long episode, guys. We're in for the long haul on this one.
Oh, I got the stories, buddies. I got the story audience.
It's practically a friendly podcast.
So go get your snacks. Go get your popcorn. Go get a blanket.
A blanket. Ooh.
And go lay in bed. And go to sleep instead of watching this video because it's gonna be long as shit.
There's some hot chocolate.
So we got a bunch of different questions lined up, like we always do with Creator Insight. How'd you get into wrestling, all that? We'll get into that. But there's also going to be some unique tangents we go on. Plus, I have some questions from both the UKW fans, as well as of people in the SWW Performance Center that were very interested in asking some questions. So, we're going to start off by Valente, Dakota. I want both of y'all to kind of get into how y'all became wrestling fans. Valente, we'll start with you first.
Okay, so a lot of people don't believe me when I say this because I was 1, and how do you remember something when you're 1? But I vaguely remember it. Nobody believes me. It was 2006. I was at my aunt's house. It was either 2006 or 2008. 2008 would probably be a better explanation, but I was 1 or 3 years old, and my aunt had Raw on. This is back when Raw was, it had the black bars on the screen, you know, and it was a Randy Orton versus Rey Mysterio match, I think. It was on, it was just on this regular Raw, something that you think you wouldn't see on a Raw, but it was. And I watched it, and then, you know, that was the first time I ever watched it. But I became a fan at, I'd say maybe 5, 6 years old. I don't know really what started it, but, you know, just, you know, when you're a kid, you're watching TV. This is before I really got into game systems and all that. And then, you know, you just scroll through the channels and you see something that catches your eye, and that was it.
So, we'll get into Dakota next, but I know for you, Valente, still to this day, we were all in I believe it was a PlayStation party at the time. I don't think we had made the switch to Discord yet, but we were all there when Ray came back to WWE, and I know that was such a big moment for you. You were so happy about that. And then
Ray's my either first or second favorite, it really flip flops a lot. Honestly,
behind Randy, who I know is another one of your favorites. So,
no, he's ahead of Randy. He'll always be ahead of Randy.
oh,
Yeah, my top five always flip flops, so don't ever,
we'll get into
take that
that.
with a grain of salt.
That's a question here in a minute. We'll get into that. But Dakota, we've me and Valente have heard the story before, but it'd be kind of interesting to see how the UKW fans feel about your story.
Interesting story, I would say. Well, it was a normal day. I tell you what, it was probably some Monday and sometime in 2013. I walked out. I was like 10 years old, dude. I walked out in the living room. All right, my grandfather was sick at the time. He had dementia, so we had a sitter for him. Her name was Wanda. She was cool. I sit on the floor.
No,
And
I'm sorry. I'm
no,
sorry.
this is serious.
I'm sorry.
All right, listen to me, man. All right, listen. I'm trying to explain something here, dude.
It's the way
All right,
started.
dude. This is actually how it happened. This is 100% true events. All right. I sit in the floor. We got this big old box TV, but it's one of the bigger ones, right? So it's huge. She's got something called Raw on, right? And this is how I became a big Roman Reigns fan, because it was the Shield versus Team Hell No on Raw.
Box TV?
Yeah, and she was watching. I said, "What is this?" She's explaining to me that this is WWE, and Roman Reigns is my favorite one. And she's showing me Roman Reigns. I'm like, dude, that dude's badass, bro. I've been a Roman Reigns glazer ever since then. I just want y'all to know that.
That's true.
But yeah, I was just sat there and I watched it, and then for the next 6-7 years, even after I met these guys, I would sit there and watch Raw every Monday. I'd watch SmackDown. I mean, that's just kind of how I became a friend. That one time, I just walked out in the living room and sat down there on my floor and asked, "What the hell is this?" And next thing you know, it started a long period of just watching WWE, and that's how it went. And that's probably.
Can I just ask real quick? You said it was the Shield, right?
Yeah, it was the Shield.
You said it was a big ass box TV. I thought we got rid of box TVs in like 2010.
My grandfather had one.
Yeah,
My
box
grandfather
TV.
still had one big one.
You haven't seen
They
like
still
the
worked?
you haven't seen the iconic
Back in
clip of
2000.
like the Cowboys fan watching the Tony Pollard clip, and it's on, like on a box TV.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like Tony Pollard.
Anybody
Pollard.
can do it, Tyler.
Yeah. You've never.
I haven't. No, I'm not.
But yeah, my
God.
grand. I think we upgraded. Like 2 years later after that. But yeah, that was one of my earliest memories of how I became a wrestling fan.
So you got in way later.
Yeah, I got in way later than y'all probably, but it was still amazing. And even I didn't really know too much about it before that, but I sat there. I'm glad I did, and she explained it to me, and ever since then I've been a fan.
That's goated. I'll kind of dive into mine a little bit, but I mainly talk about it on Cole's interview. Talked about it for really in depth there, but I would actually say my fandom probably started around 2010, 2011 in maybe late 2009 in TNA actually first. I started watching TNA first because it was heavily, and dude, I swear the production budget for TNA had to be like the commercial budget had to be like 90% in the South. We're gonna show it every fucking time a show goes to commercial. You get the TNA Spike TV commercial, bro. Because I'm telling you,
I would get those commercials way before I even
dude,
watch TV or anything.
Dude, I swear the TNA Spike TV commercials. So I started watching that before I even watched WWE. I became a fan of WWE much later, probably about 2010, 2011. And
Tell you what, they did good money with those cricket commercials.
Says the most random shit. Alright.
What you guys?
But around like 2010, 2011, I became like a pretty massive fan of WWE too. Because around that time is when TNA was starting to fall off. They had brought in Hogan and Bischoff to be kind of the figureheads to try to do a Monday night Wars kind of thing with WWE. Because TNA had went to air on the same night at the same time as Monday Night Raw. Worst decision.
That's suicide right there.
it was horrid. But so I had started watching WWE, and I remember my first two guys, and this has kind of shaped my wrestling fandom nowadays. My first two guys that I was huge into was Miz and Christian, who were both the major heels at the time. So it has kind of really shaped my fandom of really liking guys that can piss you off. And if anybody knows the Tyler, fuck you.
All right, buddy.
If anybody knows the Tyler Drake
That's where he goes.
character, if anybody knows the Tyler Drake character, he's derived to piss you off, and it's especially earlier on in UKW. And we've kind of phased away from the whole heel Tyler Drake recently.
Dude had like 8 different goons behind his back every time you looked.
Mm-hmm. He's had 8 different goons throughout his entire thing.
Yep. Money buy you a lot.
He's betrayed them all, and somehow they all find a way back.
They love that money.
But I would say TNA is where I really started my fandom. So now that we're getting into that, Valente, you talked about it a bit. You became a wrestling fan before you got into playing the games. What's the first wrestling game you remember being like, damn, this is something I really enjoy?
Oh, fuck. Well, like y'all know, but not everybody else, I was never really, I played like Assassin's Creed a lot. I played a lot of story games, but I was never in it for the story. I'd just go around killing motherfuckers every chance I got. Like, I was a level 2 on Skyrim just because I would go through the villages and murder everybody, and they're supposed to be like your companions or whatever. But with the wrestling games, I really enjoyed, like the Road to WrestleMania story modes, and I guess the first one I ever played was, I don't remember which game it was in, but it was the one where you start off as Sheamus, and you win the
You go to Triple H, and then you go to
you defend it all.
WWE 12.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if it was like SmackDown versus Raw 2011. I actually played them backwards, believe it or not. I played WWE 12 was the first one I fell in love with, and then I did 2011, SmackDown versus Raw 2010, and then all the recent ones.
That WWE 12 game, it holds such a big piece in my heart. It's one of the best story arcs created. I love it so much. But the game that got me into... The best part
about it for me is how there's not just one story. Like, once one story closes, and you start it how it ends,
Yeah, that's kind of my big thing I liked about it, too. That's kind of the thing I liked about it, too, is once you're done with the Sheamus thing, it leads into the Triple H story. And once you're done with the Triple H
story...
the
Sheamus story ends with Triple H whooping your ass. Then you start the Triple H story.
My game that I really got into, and I guess I can kind of say this might be what really fueled my Christian fandom a lot too, because I had started watching TNA when Christian was either on the outs about to leave TNA or had already left. I can't remember. But WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2011, Christian was one of the Road to WrestleManias. And it had the Road to WrestleMania with him and Edge. And I loved it. And I feel like that's a lot of what fueled my fandom. And then you have the incredible stuff he did with Orton. And then you have the incredible t-shirt design. Hold on, let's take 2 minutes. Does anybody remember the periodic table Captain Charisma shirt that Christian came out with, where it had like the square C with top tier.
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Look up periodic table Christian t-shirt. You want to talk about some some absolutely peak WWE merchandise. That shit looks gas.
I see what you're talking about.
Tell
No,
me
I
that
don't
shit.
think I had one of those.
Tell me that shit ain't gas.
But it is
Valentine.
gas. It is gas.
All right, you said periodic table.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is gas.
I don't see it.
Here,
Yeah,
I'll
see
send it up. Here, I'll send it.
Wait.
I'll send
Yeah,
it
just
over
send
to
it to me.
Yeah, no
Or I'll
problem.
just look on Opera, because fuck Bing or whatever the fuck I'm using.
One more match.
That story I liked a lot too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it now.
You found it?
Mm-hmm.
Where it was like the CH and then add the one on
Yeah,
it.
charisma. Yeah.
Yeah. That's some peak WWE merchandise. Like I loved it. I bought his the Christian Cage shirt he came out when he came out with AEW and he debuted in AEW. Will always be my guy. So, but Dakota, what was your
Yeah.
first wrestling game?
SmackDown versus Raw 2008. Now, that's kind of funny that I say that, is because, so I had an older brother, all right? 9, when you're growing up with an older brother, they like to kick your ass, all right?
Oh God.
They like to mess around with you, and this is true. So he used to hog the crap like out of the system, bro. That PS3 was not seeing my name. I tell you what, there was not one bit of my name on that thing. So what my mom did is she bought me a Nintendo DS. And so the only wrestling game
played
that
the
I
DS
got when we
wrestling
got it,
games?
yes, Nintendo
Oh
DS
my
SmackDown versus
God.
Raw 2008, and it was really good because that was when it was the ECW brand integrated into the game, and that was really good. And I enjoyed that, but that was the only thing I could play because my brother didn't want to get off the PS3,
Bro.
and did not have me calling.
Thought
Bro,
he was
So,
having
you've
an
unlocked-
I got
orgasm
into-
over there. He's rubbing his head. You can see his eyes rolling back.
No, you've unlocked some like forbidden memories for me. I remember
Yeah, that
it was horrible.
was like one of the first, and then I think the next one was WWE 2K14, but that was like my first ever game played. And even though at the time when I played it, it wasn't the one that was out. It was just the one that I bought.
Yeah.
But I still have it. It's on my shelf up here.
Not your dog chewed it
I still
up.
have. Oh, she chewed a little bit of it up, but it's.
Yeah, I was gonna
it's still
say,
intact.
like literally the other day, your dog chewed it.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, but it's still a little bit intact. You couldn't put it in a DS nowhere. But dude, that was.
If you still have a
it's
DS
great.
to play it on, buddy, you're
Yeah, I was gonna say top tier if you got a DS player.
I actually, weird fact, I actually do.
top tier, buddy.
Does that shit work?
Yeah.
No, I can't find the charger for it, but I have it.
Good luck finding.
They
a
had that
charger.
weird charger. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
they had that weird charger back then that had like I don't even know how to explain it, but it was weird. There ain't no charger nowadays fitting that thing. We got Type
So-
C's, bro. Back in the day, I didn't know what a Type C was. They knew what a Type how I plugged this in.
So, kind of fading a bit. I don't think, especially for Valente Dakota, I don't think that they ever thought that the YouTube channel that they would start and show. I wouldn't say we've been. I don't know how to value our level of success up to this point, Valente. I don't know like what word to put on it, but I don't think it would. I don't think y'all ever thought that getting into YouTube this would be the avenue y'all went down.
No, I mean, for me, I had like the show on my other channel that it was just a gaming channel, and I had my own little show that I was doing with everybody's characters. Kylie Drake was in it, Gabriel Cole was in it, Black Iron was in it, a bunch of other characters are in it that are in UKW. Mainly people that have been in our friend circle at one point. But I had that on another channel, so I didn't really think, like, once I stepped away from that, I thought I was done with it, to be fair.
And I know Dakota's never really been the kind of guy to be
I
really
did.
focused in
I had
conversation.
one. I had one back in 2K17, which I only did 2 episodes of, which only got like 8 views. All right, listen, don't be talking about my views now. All right, you got to remind this is 8 years
that was
ago.
a thing?
Okay. Yes, if I can show you on my old
Yeah, I was gonna say.
my old
There's
channel.
there's not much that we don't know about you, and when you see me make a
Yeah.
face like that, you
There's
tell me
still
something new.
there's still the live stream of the first Park After Dark on that channel. When
I
we
know,
played
I've
that
seen
thing
it.
for the strain
I've
one.
seen it.
There's still a live stream, but yeah, I did actually 3 episodes of it, and that was pretty cool. But that was the only thing I really did revolving around like YouTube for WWE. And then the only time I actually ever did YouTube was now doing it with y'all and being a part of UKW and us being together was, I did a little solo thing of something called Wukong, but then my PC kind of blew up. So I had to get a new one. Or I had to build a new one. But it didn't actually explode. I have all my limbs. It didn't actually explode.
Bro,
I'm telling you. I have all my limbs.
Bro played Wukong so hard. His PC
No, I had a
fucking
1060.
checked out.
If there's any PC nerds out there, I was playing Black Myth or Wukong. It was not Black Myth Wukong. I couldn't remember. It's like
Wulong
a
Fallen
dynasty.
Dynasty.
Wulong Fallen Dynasty.
Yeah.
I was playing it on a 1060 while trying to stream and record a video. And if any of you PC nerds know, a 1060 in 2021, that's diabolical. So finally, I built a whole new PC, and it won't blow up no more. But thank God. It didn't actually blow up because I'm still alive. But, generally speaking, that thing was on life support.
I'm surprised when you spilled soda all over your shit, it didn't blow up.
Well, it actually, I bought a brand new 680 XT that cost me $600, and then when I moved, I ended up having my drink a little too far to the edge. You don't want to do that. I promise you don't want to do that. Accidents, dude. I'm telling you, accidents occur to happen, dude. You want to put that thing far as you can away from that PC. I knocked it over. Next thing you know, that thing's drowning. Dude, I'm over here freaking out. Do I unplug it? What do I do, dude? I'm over here freaking out.
Do I put it in rice?
Dude, do you put it in rice like a phone? Dude, I'm over here freaking out. So I unplug it and everything looks fine. Dude, I'm over here. I keep it off for an day. I put it outside, dude, let it dry out in the sun, make sure it was just Coke. Yeah, I did. That's how it had to dry off, right? That's how I thought to dry it off.
Bro was like a raccoon in his PC.
Completely off topic. I got a question. What happened? Okay, so what do y'all think rice tastes like when you put a wet electronic in there after it's dried out?
That's I have no. I just would throw the rice away.
Dried up mayonnaise.
Ugh, what the hell? What kind of will?
I was gonna say like expired
Believe me,
tapioca.
I've been reading my
but
Mayovations. Nobody know about that. I've been reading my Mayovations. I know all about that. I'm like the airbender of mayo. I promise you, dude.
Okay. I was gonna say it tastes like expired tapioca, but that's.
But my thing did not breaking. It survived, and I just lost the GPU that I spent $600 on. That's sad, but it's fine. I bought a new one recently.
No problem.
Yeah, just $600. Yeah, no problem. I was currently not crying in the bathroom, crying to sleep with my bib in my mouth. Dude, I promise you, it was bad. But luckily, I was able to get a new one. All the other components that I built into the computer, like my CPU, RAM, motherboard, hard drives, SSDs, all that was good. And then I got a new computer, or I got a new graphics card, and it works fine now. I got a 47 Ti Super, so that's nice.
You can ask General Manager American Dragon Joshua Garcia. Never let the go to build your PC, bro. It's a bad day.
What do you mean, bro? I do great, dude.
No, yeah, you.
I didn't build Josh's computer.
Hoda does
I didn't.
a really good job.
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. I'm like the PC, dude. What do you mean? I built great, dude.
I was about to throw my PC out of my window a few days ago when he told me to just. I was trying to stream. I stream on Twitch every now and then. Go follow me. Link in the UKW promo chat and Discord. But
or just some behind the scenes.
My internet would go out anytime I either played Red Dead offline or I streamed. So literally, he told me, he's like, "Are your Wi-Fi antennas up?" I look back behind my PC. Nope, they're pointed straight out. So I point them up, and I've never had a problem since then.
Yeah.
Dude doesn't even know. He's seen my PC like once. He's been
Bro,
to my house once.
I helped him get his computer.
Yeah.
Told him which one. I got your computer for you. Okay. I got Peter's. I got a bunch of people's computer for them. And by the way, I didn't build Josh's computer. He built it himself. He was gonna bring it to me from North Carolina to work on it for him.
Yeah.
Okay, because his
I'm just
scuff.
saying,
Pray for
about
Joshua
like
Garcia's
4 or 5,
computer.
everything about every.
He
4 or
calls
5
me
days.
because he calls me and keeps asking me, and I always tell him the problem, and then that problem ends up fixing it for a good 3 hours, and then he calls me back and he's like, "We got another problem, dude. We got to take care of this."
He'll open
Some, like,
Supermarket
Mission
Simulator,
Impossible,
next
dude.
thing you know, he's on fire.
1 minute it's the RAM, next minute it's the battery on the motherboard, the CMOS battery,
It's the
and the
boot
next thing you
sector.
know,
Like, oh my.
dude, I feel like I'm Special Agent Uso
Like,
trying to get this shit going on, dude.
He gets stuck in safe mode. Like,
Bro, it's a bad day.
It's bad, dude. It's a terrible day.
love you, Josh.
But yeah,
bro,
no,
but
I do too. Yeah, but listen,
you
I'm
can
a
stop
goat when
getting
it comes to
cracked
PCs.
FL Studio.
Yeah, dude.
So
Other than that, though, it's pretty good.
we're gonna keep deep diving into some stuff, but I'd love to get y'all's insight. So you talked about GCW Volante, which is Gaming Championship Wrestling. In case y'all didn't know, formerly
That was the
debunked.
abbreviation.
It had
Formerly
to
debunked. Great
it
promotion.
had to crawl so that LAW could walk,
Oh,
so that
LAW.
UKW could run. So
listen,
we'll get into some stuff here in a little bit.
I got the LAW story.
But actually,
Yeah,
Volante, I
we
just thought
also
about
got the
something.
fucking archives.
I just thought about something, Volante.
Hmm.
RSW had to be born so that GCW could crawl.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna need a refresh on that because.
Who are you, Nardwar?
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude. Is that Rabies Shot Wrestling? What are we doing?
Rising Sun Wrestling was
Oh, okay.
Volante's original promotion when me and him.
Oh,
first
was
met.
it?
Yes.
Okay. This is on a channel that no longer exists. I deleted it. Specifically because I hated when they would bring back old videos I made. I deleted both channels. They're gone.
He
Good luck.
hates it when his voice.
Good
yeah.
luck. Go find it. They're gone. Anyway, long story short, there's this. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. There's this phone game, or phone PC game. It's PC now, but there was this mobile game called Wrestling Revolution, previously known as
Got that
Wrestling
on my phone
Revolution.
still.
Yeah, I play that shit all the time.
Dude.
I'm like Sheamus in WWE 12 on that bitch. All right, anyway. But they had a bunch of different brands you could sign to. One of those brands was Rising Sun. I don't know how I say that. Perosu or some shit like that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take that and do the universe mode. Wasn't even call, honestly. It was just like the most basic stuff you could think of. Just slap the brand name on it. Yeah.
Get some super
If I'm not
stars in
even
I'm
there.
not gonna lie, I copyright infringed the hell out of that shit, but I was
If I'm
like
not-
10,
Just
so
If I'm not even wrong, we used like. 'Cause I think I did know you at the time. We used like actual WWE branded pay-per-views and stuff.
We did that.
Right?
We did that a lot.
no, actually, I don't. This may have either started on that or GCW, but I swear, WWE watches what we do because Worlds Collide was mine. That was mine. I created that. Every person here can attest to that. I made Worlds Collide. I came up with that.
That was an event you did pre.
So
We should.
fuck
You should
you,
have
WWE. I'm coming from
trademarked
my-
it.
coming
Should have
from my
trademarked
royalties.
it.
I was
trademark it.
13.
Yeah, but you gotta have that brain. You know,
Yeah,
you
you
come
gotta
up with
have
something.
that
You
Bro,
know
idea.
how to do it.
I wasn't even old enough
Listen,
to
if
sign
I'm
a
you-
contract.
If I'm you, I'm calling the agent up. Hey, I just made up this pay per view. Don't let WWE take this shit from me.
I mean, shit, I was pulling like, what, 8
Get that
live
boy off of
viewers? I did it
LinkedIn.
all live.
Hey,
Could've got
No
off of
production
LinkedIn.
value at all. It was just straight, like,
Dude,
universe
8,
mode,
bro.
presentation.
I did 3 episodes, bro. I got 5.
V, you
That might have
stretching
been my
with
mom.
8, bruh.
Huh?
V, you stretching with 8, bruh. 8's a stretch,
8
bruh.
views.
What I say? 8.
8 live viewers. That's a stretch, bruh.
Oh,
Oh,
I
you
was
had 8
I was
live
popping
viewers, man?
back then. Yep.
8,
Different-
mother.
This
8,
was
bro.
this was my peak channel before this one.
8, bro.
Bro's talking about.
I don't know, bro. Those UFC clips used to go crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be honest. We
Those UFC clips. are
shout
going
out shout out
crazy.
to me, because if I would have never posted UFC clips, I probably wouldn't be doing this.
No, you'd be doing it, but you just have 1,500 subscribers in the bank.
I don't know where I'd be.
I think you
You
would
can't-
have 1,500 subscribers more.
Yeah.
At 1,500 more, we could have had.
Well, hey, who knows? Who knows? Because if he doesn't upload the UFC clips, who knows if he gets those subs?
That's true. That's true. No, he had 1,000 though before he uploaded those.
I had
know he
1,000
did.
without it.
Yeah, that's what the.
Oh.
Y'all, if y'all want to know the sauce, don't do it now.
general
You'll get banned. The sauce is I'd go. I got big off of I got bigger off of Fortnite, and food. Physically, I got physically big off of food.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
I got
Moment
bigger
of
off
silence.
Fortnite.
Moment of silence.
We were. This is back a little bit before the Fortnite fashion shows were in like the.
We were
YouTube
pushing
popularity
Good
shit.
Burger with this one.
Well,
All right.
um,
But you might want to
And-
put those glasses back on.
and you know,
Who
I would
said I
just
got
go into
physically
Fortnite
big
streamers
off of food?
like stream. I almost said twats. Oh my god.
Mhm.
I
Fucking
went in
twat.
there, chats. I'd super chat $2. I'd promote my shit. Hop out. I'd end up with
Come
like
check me
20
out,
new subs.
busting it down at Moisty Myers with the boys.
Yeah, shaking ass and Salty Springs with the guys. Come check me out. It worked. You know, and you
Yep.
pay for promo. I got banned from a lot of streamers' chats.
Yeah.
Nick A30 is one of those.
Yep.
Never back
Dave
down,
and
never give
Egg.
'em up.
Oh, you gotta hit the dance too.
So,
He's not.
now that we kind of talked about like how we never thought that. See, I've been doing UKW for goes back to before this channel was even made, and
They don't even know about. What's Ace Campbell. Don't even get me started on that, dude. I tell you
Oh,
what.
Lord.
Yeah, we don't want to get started on no Ace Campbell. Listen, the UKW fandom does not know what an Ace Campbell is nowadays. If an Ace Campbell was on this show, we'd all be fucked. I mean, generally,
So-
we would be fucked so bad
Let's put it
that
this
it
way.
would be fucked. It'd be
Ace Campbell was a big ass motherfucker. Okay, let's put it this way. He is
So-
Tank Robinson with 10 times more plot armor.
yeah. And this was the UKW when we used to do AI, so that's a fun
Oh,
fact.
yeah,
We used to
AI.
do
This-
AI. And this is before when we didn't have any motion. Let me tell you. So
No
we all
motion.
were like just kind of we all just enjoyed doing it, but we didn't comment, but Cass commented. He commented.
No. This is before coming. We were all in PlayStation
Oh yeah, we didn't.
parties.
Okay, you're right.
He would
This is
come,
before.
and it would be us in the background reacting to these matches as it goes.
Yeah. There it goes. So we're reacting, and we enjoyed the AI because we were like, oh man, I wonder if my character's gonna do this shit, dude. Am I gonna win the title? You know what I mean? So, but
Yeah.
next thing you know, Black Iron was actually the only one that beat Ace Campbell. Other than that, the entire roster kind of got fucked. Definitely want to do that.
Gabriel
but-
Cole multiple times got fucked,
Yeah.
repeatedly.
Somehow I won. I think we did like a handicap match and dude still won. Like it wasn't
No,
fair, but
no.
I'm glad
was-
y'all don't know who that
What
was.
the
No, 'cause I-
shittiest part about all of it is the reason why we split
Yeah.
up into so many different shows is because the roster files would corrupt every few fucking weeks. So
Mhm.
roster file corrupts, we go from UKW to LAW.
Mm-hmm. Rebrand.
Starts up
It's kinda like a-
because that's the most demoralizing shit ever. Your shit corrupts and you don't got nothing, right?
Yeah.
So like, why are you gonna do that again?
Yeah, real. Especially when you have no motion.
Yeah, with no motion, I mean,
no-
shit.
No
It's
motion.
fun, but you know it's not
It-
fun taking the time to get all those people back, make
Like
everything that you know.
If a UKW file corrupted today,
Mm,
as soon as it happened, I'd be working on getting all that shit back immediately. Because we got motion.
Yeah, motion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You want to know what started to have a little bit of poetry in motion? LAW. So let's get into that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has played the WWE A Career My Rise series. If you have, there is a preset arena in game called LAW. It was always something that, in my opinion, looked really cool. So I thought the idea of doing an LAW based universe mode would actually be pretty sick. So that way you could introduce people that were realistic, like people that were on the independent circuit, as well as LAW having a tie to WWE, so they could bring down talent sometimes that maybe weren't in the main event, blah, 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 as well as adding call guys from the independents, blah, blah, blah. It could be really a mix of everything. So that was kind of the idea. And we did that for a little while. Ace Campbell was in that, still whooping ass at that point. But that's really where UKW, at least, started getting its... I started at least getting the ideas for what a universe mode should be with stories and all that stuff. And at that point, we weren't doing voiced promos because still LAW had a little bit of motion, but very little. Like no. Like I was lucky to get 3-4 live viewers in a premiere, and nowadays I feel like I'm happier because at least I got people commenting in the chat and stuff like that. And I really do appreciate y'all more than y'all will ever know. But with all that being said, I'm so happy we've got to the point where maybe a call-based universe mode wasn't what we originally entailed for our content creation journeys. But hell, like I've told these two boys, we're here now. We're really enjoying the content we're making. And we really believe that there's a space for us in this community. We really do think that some of the content we make is truly top tier, whether people want to admit it or not. It's the rock clip that I posted in the shorts. You don't gotta like it.
Yeah.
You don't gotta like UKW. Nope. That's perfectly fine.
What?
But you gonna respect it. At the end of the day, you gonna respect the work that we put in.
What?
Because UKW.
What?
It's top tier.
What?
But okay, so now we're gonna get to.
Yeah, that was fire. Yo, that was fire.
So badass.
So now we're gonna get into more of y'all's deep dive. So, if you didn't know, these two right here, Volante and Dakota, both are the creators of Black Iron and Gabriel Cole, as well as the creators of Chris Strucker and Jacob Whitaker. So, I would like to get some deep dives into y'all's real stories behind those characters, if y'all have anything y'all want to add.
I'll let you go first this time.
Me? Okay.
Yeah, Cody, you go
So,
first.
Chris Strucker was an interesting one. I'm trying to think of the show.
Go
that
with
I was
Black
watching
Iron.
at the
Go with Black
time.
Iron first.
Oh, you want me to go with Black? So Black Iron's my main call. Okay, I switched to Black. I think I made Chris Strucker first. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah,
I had
you
a lot
did.
of calls back in
100%.
I think I made Chris Strucker first. But Black Iron was around like the 2K18, 19
Yes.
scene. I'm gonna be real. I just finished watching Supernatural, and I really like that demon shit. And at first, Black Iron started out really demonic. He's getting the light now. Listen, Gabriel Cole's bringing that light. All right. But it was really the demon shit, and then I just kind of envisioned, and then I just kind of named it Black Iron. And kind of ever since then, I just like kind of stayed with him. And he's kind of been the guy I want to run with, and kind of the most deep connection of a call that I've ever made in the whole call universe thing. So I'm really glad I did that, because now he's pretty dope, pretty badass. But he's improving every year. I'm trying to get him improving every year, make him better tires, stuff like that. But I just really love Black Iron and love seeing him wrestle. And He does a great job.
One thing you've
That's my Black
you've
Iron.
told me. One thing you've told me, Cody, is you're really like dead set on making Black Iron look similar each year, like not looking
every
like
year.
he's had
If you
facial
go-
reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, if you go look in 2K23 and 22, especially 23, the last one, you
Yeah,
cannot
look at
see
UKW
no difference.
season 2 to season 3.
Yeah, you
He
can
looks
look
the-
at no difference. Like, that's my main thing, because I don't want to, next thing you know, he ends up with, like, crooked hairline. I don't know, dude. He could come straight out of a wasteland. But, yeah, I like to keep it the same, but sometimes I'll add, like, some new tattoos. Like, he just went to a tattoo parlor, paid some money, got a nice tattoo. Stuff like that. And then I like the demonic stuff. I mean, that's just, like, a gimmick and stuff, for really. But I like doing that. And sometimes I'll fade from that, because that's not just what I want Black Iron to be. But that's basically what he envisions as the Prince of Darkness, and that's what he is.
All right. Now, Valente, you can get into Cole, because I feel like Strucker and Whitaker and Drake, all three go together, so I feel
Yeah.
like we should all tell that
Yeah,
at one.
for sure.
So Cole started in 2K19.
There's a lot of stuff we can't say about Cole, by the way.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that probably wouldn't be socially
Yeah.
accepted, like his previous name. All you gotta do
Yeah.
is just maybe watch season 1.
Yeah.
Everything you need to know
you think the
is
Prince of
right
Darkness
there
was bad.
in the Gunther versus Gabriel. Yeah, match. I can't say the other word because I don't know what YouTube's policies are on that word. It's not that. It's not like a slur or anything. It's just one of those things that are, it's a controversial topic. It's a topic. Yeah. But that's also the name came from Wrestling Revolution. There was a guy that had a similar name in that. But nonetheless, my inspiration for Gabriel Cole was Adam Cole. And I didn't realize this until someone pointed it out a few months ago. The logo looks damn near the same. I have the Panama Sunrise, which is I literally just changed the name to Kentucky Sunset because Kentucky's where I'm from, and where Gabriel Cole's from as well. So a lot of the inspiration came from Adam Cole. The alter ego, I'm not gonna say its name, is like a really dark, sinister, fucked up person.
Close.
Yeah. We won't get into that backstory.
No.
Yeah, no.
Nah. But
No.
it was just, like, you gotta think, when these characters were created, Valente was probably 14, 15,
Let's see,
maybe?
when did 2K19 come out?
It's not that bad.
2018.
I could have been anywhere from 13 to 15, just based off of how long we played 2K19 for.
Because you gotta think also, like, people growing up, they're a little bit edgier and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
but getting to the Chris Strucker, Tyler Drake, Jacob Whitaker, so we were all three of us, massive, and I mean massive fans of the Shield.
Loved it.
Massive.
First match I ever watched.
So, with that being said, we
First
kind of
people I ever
decided, hey, and I'll take a page out of
Sure.
Shannon's book. We kind of took a page out of Shannon's book where Shannon was like, he saw somebody doing a Call Universe mode. He was like, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I should do that. So,
Yeah.
we look at the Shield. We said, damn, that's a good
I
idea.
like that.
We should do that. So,
Yeah.
we dead ass made Tyler Drake, who was meant to be the Seth Rollins of the group.
Mhm.
We made Chris Tucker, who was meant to be the Dean Ambrose of the
Dean
group.
Ambrose.
And we made Jacob Whitaker, the big son bitch, who was meant to be the Roman Reigns of the group.
Yep.
And Tyler Drake survived
If you want to get technical, he was really more of an Undertaker.
Yeah. But
Later
you
Some
had the
bitch had
long
a
hair.
tombstone.
You had the vest. You had the vest, and you had the
Some,
long hair.
no,
So
I understand that.
technically,
Some bitch
you
had a
were Roman
tombstone.
Reigns. Yeah, well, some
Well,
bitch.
not
looked
at
like Roman
first. Not
Reigns.
at first. No, his first finisher was the German lariat thingy.
Then he had power.
At
bomb, I'm
first.
pretty sure.
And
No,
then he
but
had
I'm talking about whenever he started wearing the white instead of the vest.
yeah, that was after the unknown breakup. That was
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
What time was that?
That motherfucker turned into Undertaker.
I don't know, bro. We did.
We had a recent one where they were doing a war games. Chris Tucker was like, "Hell no, I ain't getting out this cage. You gonna sit in there yourself." That's how I would voice Chris Tucker in that situation. Wake up, whatever. Help, Chris. And then Chris Tucker just up there. Nope.
You gonna tell me
got it.
this big 6'7" long haired Jason Momoa, a little bit lighter than Jason Momoa looking motherfucker, is like, help. Nah,
Hey,
he's like,
bro, you
"What
never
up,
know.
motherfucker. You gotta get
Help
your
me,
ass
Chris
down
Tucker.
here."
Help me, Chris Tucker.
No,
Yeah,
bro.
but that's how I envision
It
them.
sounds like that, bro. I would love that if that's the way that he says like fucking Mickey Mouse, bro. He's
Help me,
motherfucking like
Chris.
6'10", big as fuck, and he just sound like Mickey
What
Mouse.
was it, dude?
It's like
Tonight-
Michael Thomas, bro. Like
Yeah.
Michael Thomas is 6'2", 205, and he sounds like Minnie Mouse. I'm not even joking.
Dude, and it's crazy because you think about like Brock, right? Listen, I'm not saying Brock ain't, but like Brock didn't talk for the longest. Of course, he was
doesn't
Paul,
have
right?
a very masculine
Right?
voice.
It was just Paul,
Yeah.
but you see this big motherfucker that could beat the fuck out of you, and you're sitting there scared as a child, and you think he's gonna come through the screen, and then you hear him talk, and it's kind of like, oh, this dude sounds like Goofy.
He voice cracks more
You
than
know?
he speaks.
Exactly. So I can see why they didn't give him the mic for the longest.
Yeah.
But
That's
like,
why you gotta go like Paul Heyman.
we'll get into it more. But now, Coda,
Interesting.
me, you, and Valente
Mm-hmm.
did not start our involvement in the call community very
No.
conventionally. No, we did not
Nope.
think about just making a call and uploading a universe mode. That wasn't good enough for us. Hell no.
Nope.
We're competitive at heart.
Yup.
We love a challenge and competition.
Yup.
And I don't know how many of y'all used to know, but PS4 used to have a thing. And this is for you
Oh, it used to
old
be a
heads
big
out there,
scene.
called the PlayStation 4 Community tab. If anybody remembers, the PlayStation 4 Community tabs. That shit is a pull from the depths. And there used to be community tabs for colleagues.
Yup. Online.
And holy shit.
Yup.
You ever talk about people devoting every
Always
hour
devoted.
of every day to getting better and whooping ass? People on there were devoted. And if you were a kid that would go to school and would only play when he would only was able to play when he was able to get home, like me, Dakota on the other hand was fucking homeschooled because he just could just sit there all day rolling survive kick, rolling survive kick, rolling survive kick, rolling.
Nah. See, this was my thing on it. Okay, so I was decently okay in the community. You know, like big in the community, but I was really good. You know, I was super good realistically before, like in that community.
Sound like a
bro.
dead
Why'd
dog
you
when you
laugh?
coughed.
Yeah. Hold
Like
up.
someone
Let
stepped on
him
your
get it
tail,
out.
bro.
Let him get it out. Let him get it out. You good?
Yeah.
All right, breathe. You got it. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I was actually really good at it. Like, so we joined. All right, so Cass here would join like a. He joined a thing. So they used to have titles. It was like virtual titles. Like you didn't win anything, correct? You didn't like win nothing. But you know, it'd be cool. You know, you kick somebody's ass, you get an Intercontinental Championship, you get a World Heavyweight Championship. All right, so Cass here, Tyler Drake still. That's what he used to do on the online. Tyler Drake used to be an online guy. All right, he'd hop up in a little call community, he'd be like, "Man, I'm trying to challenge for this world title, bro. I beat anybody up in this bitch." He was on that. Okay, so he challenges dude. All right, he beats dude. World champion, 2 days max. I walk up in that motherfucker. I promise you, he hated seeing me coming. That boy would run the other way. He knew I was about to take that bitch. He hated it. He hated seeing me coming. I was the one person who didn't want to see me coming. It took me maximum 30 minutes. I said, let me get a chance at that motherfucker. I got a chance, bro. Next thing you know, I type back up in there. I'm champ now. This motherfucker non-existent. He hated seeing me coming. But yeah,
No,
I'd do
bro.
that just to piss him off, ironically. Just to make him mad. And he'd be so mad, dude. But that was just fun stuff of us being kids, and it was great, and we enjoyed it. And that was just the main concept of the whole online call thing. And we were pretty good at it.
Yeah.
But I would love to bring up the fact that me and Valente, we kept stuff kind of conventional. We put in the work. We had decent matches. Didn't take too many shortcuts.
This was
What'd you
later
say?
on.
No.
This was later on. This
Oh,
was later
well,
on.
here-
This was
that-
later on.
Shit.
This is when I got into the bad.
is
This is
when-
called the dark
this-
side of the community. We are on the
This
dark
is-
side now. I got Darth Vader on my neck. Calm down. You're
This
gonna
is
explain it like
when-
that.
You are Darth Vader. You
All right, listen. I went to the dark side.
No,
motherfucker,
this
you
is when-
created it.
No shit.
No,
baby.
this
no, I
is
didn't.
when
I
this
joined
is when-
the dark side of
this-
the community.
This is when you started caring more about
Yeah.
your rank in the game
Yeah. Legend.
than. We'll talk about
2K17.
how you got that here in a minute.
Yep.
Well,
No shame. I
no-
was good at it.
yeah, I'm sure.
You won't catch me shaming, dude. I still look in the mirror. I'm like, you did that. 9-10 years later.
That fucking
but,
rolling
you know.
Sabat kick did that.
Listen, hey, you could have done it too.
No,
Listen,
every
if
time
you
I
were
tried,
in the
people would
community
reverse
big
it.
before,
I don't
was
know,
as,
yes,
as much as Tyler Drake
in the
as
day.
he has in him, he's a very honorable man.
yeah.
So,
2K17. If you were very deep in the community, at the time I had gone to the dark side, aka, which was like the spamming community. It was very scummy. But as a kid, and then I joined this group. They had a group, and I joined it, and they taught me all these moves. And listen, I was a kid. I could have been taken advantage of. These like real weird people, dude. They could have been like 25. I don't know, dude. But they got me in with the Savat kid, dude. And that's how I was spamming that thing. I'm hitting that thing like on stat, and then I got into that. But 2K17 was probably my favorite. They don't make it like that no more. When it comes to online competitive.
But I feel like it's different now. Like I don't feel like online competitive is
Mhm.
really even alive anymore.
Like we'll get on every like in 2K25 when it comes out, we'll get it, and then we'll run an elimination chamber for like the first week. We'll probably get a couple of friends. Parker Peterson we did last year. Caleb Allen. I think we did Grayson. Grayson was in there. Grayson Duck. We'd get an
let's see,
elimination chamber.
Let me scroll through the list of people in
Yeah.
UKW that we've actually like.
We had a
become friends with.
elimination. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Tyler Drake, who we're with right now, me, Dakota,
Me.
you know, Joshua Garcia. He hasn't had a PlayStation in a while, but he
No,
was
he has a
in them
PlayStation.
for
He ain't got
long
no
time.
internet.
Yeah. Big K, Grayson Duck, Parker Peterson. I think that's it. Yeah, and then Shane Roach a long time ago.
Yeah.
And
time ago.
I don't know if y'all would prefer that to be something that I bring up
Yeah,
on
we-
the Shane interview,
Yeah, it's up to you.
or
I ain't
if
got
y'all
no-
would rather talk about that here.
I would say just ask it, and then
Yeah.
we'll go as far into it as
Okay.
we like.
All right, and then
Just
it'll
say-
also be something I bring up in the Shane episode.
I like Shane. I ain't got nothing against him. I'm against something called a title. That's what I'm against. And y'all don't know the context of what this title is. But it's not even a hate to him. He's a cool dude, cool call, everything. But this title thing, dude, I'm not gonna give the context. But I tell you, it made me mad. And maybe they'll explain it when they do their interview. But
Here, I'm gonna
One
give
day.
a little clarification. He's talking about like a YouTube title,
YouTube
not like
title,
an
I should
actual
have said
like,
that. YouTube
wrestling
title.
championship.
Yeah.
He's talk- there was a
So-
YouTube video title that Shane had made that kind of made Coda feel a little unappreciated.
Yeah, dude.
No,
Listen.
the title. He loved the title.
I love
The
the title.
video, the video did
On the
not
other
match
hand-
the title.
Nope. Not at all.
Shane had got he kind of what would we say what's it called clickbaited Dakota with the title.
No, clickbaited me.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I'm a human person and I got click. You people clickbait like, shit, I just went to Antarctica. It's a green screen maybe, But I got clickbaited by name and that hurt me. deeply. No,
But,
I'm
It's like some
serious about
TikTok
this.
live where they're in traffic freestyling.
Yeah, dude.
No, it's a green screen. No, I'm
Yeah,
in traffic freestyling. Except you click on it, and next thing you know, like
they're sitting in
you
their
can
hot tub,
see
dude.
their green screen like falling
but
over.
yeah, I'll go ahead and get into it before we move on. So,
Yeah.
me, Volante, Dakota, and I believe Shane was in some of them online communities too. Dakota.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he
I
was.
might be
Was
wrong.
I
was he
actually,
in the communities?
I
The
actually
league
introduced,
communities?
Taylor, Josh, and I think did I introduce Shane to y'all? Because I think I met him in one of the communities.
Yes, yes.
I know
Because
you
I
were the one who
did.
met him.
I did.
Because-
I met him in one of the communities.
this will be something that we'll bring up on his episode. But if y'all don't remember, SK Speaker Knockers.
SK, yeah, that's what it was.
Woo!
What the fuck y'all know about that? That was
I
Shane
don't know nothing
Roach's
about that.
old PlayStation gamer tag. So that is a crazy fucking pull by me.
That's a
Yeah.
mythical pull on this episode. Nope.
Yeah.
By the way, there is only 4 people that are gonna understand what the fuck we're talking about. 3 of them are talking right now.
In this
One of
room.
them's probably watching this.
Yeah.
So sorry
No,
everybody
no.
else who doesn't understand, but
No,
That's
it's
what we're here
lore.
for, I
It's
guess.
the UKW lore.
It's definitely lore.
Because,
yeah.
and
Provides
that's what
character
this episode
development.
is for. Because, like, without us, we've never really dived into it. Nobody would know
No.
how long me, Hugh, Valente, and Shane have known each other. Like, what? We're going us knowing each other, the 4 of us, what?
Well,
8
I'm gonna be
years?
real. For the last about 9 now.
9
About
probably.
9, yeah. So you've known Valente probably 2 months longer than me.
I
Right.
met bro in December of 2015.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I met Valente on 2K16. Well, not WWE 2K16, NBA 2K16. This is a crazy pull. If you ever played any of the NBA games, you would know the main focus in that game is my part. Easy, my part. You just do it. So we're chilling in Sunset. I'm vibing by myself. Just got
No,
my
it was
PS4.
a Rivet.
by the
It was
way.
a Rivet.
It was
Remember that?
Rivet? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Rivet. I thought it was Sunset.
You I was Rivet, you were Sunset, but you were in
Yeah, yeah.
Rivet for Rival Day or whatever.
Yeah. So I'm chilling, and I just got my PS4, and was in Rivet just on a random day, and then my life completely changed. Like, I stepped on the 2 spot with this dude because he had a big build. I think it was a stretch, right? It was a stretch. So I step on the 2 spot. We win 2 games, and then I think he sends me a party invite, and I join. And even to this day, I still remember what fit he was wearing. How 2K fits have changed going into 2K25. Now you have straight blackout tattoos, and
Bro,
that's how I met him,
Bro, it's a crazy thing to think about.
and that's how I ended up meeting Kat.
Yeah, because me and Valente had already been friends at that point.
Yeah.
And speaking of how me and Valente became friends, we became friends by getting involved in a call YouTube, like Twitch
Chat.
streamer thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
when getting into that, like, it's crazy to think about how much the WWE games has kind of shaped my friendship with Valente and my friendship with you, Dakota, and things like
Well,
that.
I can't think of, other than when something's going on for the past 9 years, I don't think there's been but maybe 2 months we haven't gone talking to each other. And that's a little bit different from like other people in our group. So we have a lot of people in our group, and our group's changed over the years. Like, it's changed. So there used to be,
Lord.
there was a group that was steady for a while that changed, but there's always something that always stayed permanent in each group no matter what, and that was us 3. And that's always been a thing. And we've had multiple different people come in. Right now, I'd say our personal friendship group right now is consisted of a couple of people. You know, Parker Peterson, Caleb Allen. I'm trying to think of some others. Anthony Gardner. Stuff like that. That's like personal friend group right now. But over the years, it's been so many different people. And I don't even want to go into that. But even those people, though, were in the call community. And we met them through the call community. And there was also a guy that that was really good in the call community, Taylor. He was really good.
Yes.
And he was good at making calls. And we were
Was the
friends with him
first
for a
guy-
long time.
was the first guy that I ever was friends with that used to do like all the stuff that people do with cause now, but he was doing this shit in like 2K16, 2K17.
17.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Fun
it's
fact: he made the original Gabriel Cole from 2K19.
And it's
That's a fun
crazy.
fact.
And it's crazy for me to think about too, the fact Volante that he was doing all that crazy stuff in 2K17, 18, like
Yeah.
importing his own custom
earlier days.
logos and stuff, and like it was something I hadn't really thought about doing at that point because I wasn't like big into the call community, but
Yeah, I
now
don't think anybody
I
did.
see.
We
Yeah,
also
like
didn't have the hardware for it. We were all
Yeah.
just off of PlayStations at the time.
Yeah, I remember I had when I did use PC that wasn't a PlayStation, it was to play Roblox with Valente. And we'd play this WWE game. We played it the other day for like mad nostalgia. But back when it was really popping on Roblox, I had a MacBook, and the MacBook screen was half broken, and you could see like a little bit of the Roblox, but you couldn't see much. And that's how that was probably the first PC I ever kind of got on and just played Roblox on. But that's how I got to PC.
But yeah, like you said, we've had a bunch of different inclinations of the group. But I actually say Taylor was really massive in kind of shaping some stuff. And me and him, we used to sit in parties and talk about like different wrestling ideas. And I genuinely think he had a good mind for creating wrestling stuff and content and stuff like that. He always had like a good idea for universe mode. He wanted to do his own call universe mode and stuff, and he just never like sat down and got it started. But
He was a bomb ass graphic designer, dude. Like, dude made. He had a whole brand laid out. Like okay, so he
And we do it
had.
online too.
There's this really
Yeah.
popular brand in Roblox wrestling, which by the way, that is a real category of Roblox.
Yeah, it is. We played it the other day. Not the
It's
same
called
one, but
TRNKS, and it's a brand. It's not a parody, but like a recreation of a Japan wrestling like clothing brand, and it's actually some really cool shit.
so, like I was saying, he had this plan for a universe mode that would be based purely like with people playing online and all this stuff.
yeah.
And it really had a good foundation. It was just never able to really get off the ground. But as an idea,
Well,
it had really solid ideas. I just think the commitment may have been an issue for him. But
Yeah. And we
'cause
also had the bad people of the group. We won't get into that, but we had like bad people that we had to kind of
And-
not fuck with anymore.
Let's just
That
put it this
they-
way: I don't think they were bad people.
They weren't bad people.
I just think we were all so young,
Yeah.
and we were all like in our own ways. Like for example, no, I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, don't get an
because
example, but
I don't want to put someone on blast and them not be able to defend themselves.
yeah. So, but that's an interesting story. But it's a lot of the way that we got to where we are now, and I think when doing these type of interviews, you wanna do that, and you want to explain to the audience how we got to where we are now and what they're seeing compared to what we started with, what we were seeing.
because, like, we've learned now, and we have way more equipment than Taylor would have had at the time to do to do the universe mode that he had in his mind would be equivalent to what we're doing now. And I don't
Yeah.
think he would have had the equipment at the time to be able to pull off.
By the
this-
way, if he had the equipment at the time, GG, he blows up that day. Like
Because-
you don't understand the demand of what we're doing now back then.
Yeah.
because like, and it's just all idea based, and it's all about being able to plan your idea and make it work. Because I've the idea of UKW has always been something that I've rode with. Like, Renegade was never really meant to be the title for the main show. It had went through multiple inclinations. Valor is something newly to this channel. The second show used to always be called Blaze, but we I don't know if Valente will remember that, but Valor's what we went. We decided to go with something new, and that's what we went with.
I don't know what this is my vague memory of one of the first.
No, like no, it's actually think about it. On this channel, the original like channel trailer is probably the first video posted on this channel. You might have deleted it just because it doesn't match no more. But your opening line was, "From the blaze of a new generation, the renegades looking for change." So it was Renegade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one of my earliest like things from UKW is your old used to live UKW. He didn't.
Yes.
There was no post comming. There was no. We're straight. PlayStation got the thing on the HUD. We got it up on the corner. It was called the Destination pay-per-view back in 2K16. And how I remember that is crazy, but I do. And that was one of my earliest memories of UKW and watching you do it.
Bro, it's crazy to think about. Like, Valente had mentioned.
And that was like 8 years ago.
Valente had mentioned this earlier. Like, us all being in a party, live reacting while I was doing commentary. That's a crazy thing to even think about doing. Like, and like all those old UKW videos have since been deleted. But
yeah, a lot of them have. But that's just one of the early. And like also when we were such big WWE fans, we didn't have share screen in Discord. Share screen started our life. So when we were watching WWE on the WWE network, oh man, you're ahead of me, dude. What the hell? And we'd always be fighting because don't count the pin. Don't count the pin. Don't tell. Don't spoil.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. And we'd always be talking about that.
I don't know. If
I always spoiled it.
I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was Shane. I don't know if it was Cass.
It was. I don't know, dude.
Bro, somebody spoiled the ending of Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. All right.
Yeah, they did.
My internet was ass. I would lag every
My
few
internet
seconds.
was ass.
All of our first of all, look. Ass back then is what like literally undoable is right now. Like, think of the worst internet imaginable. Right now, that's what we had back then. It was actually doable then. It just still sucked. But we were watching WrestleMania 33. And like he's mentioning, we always had to try and time it at the same time. But there's times where we couldn't, and sometimes someone would lag, and you wouldn't even realize it. Sometimes it would just flinch. And we got to the main event, Roman Reigns vs. Undertaker. These motherfuckers go 1, 2, 3. Oh my God, Roman wins! I'm sitting here. This motherfucker just hit a third spear. I'm like,
Dude, and it used to get me so mad because 1 minute I would be at the same spot as y'all, and then the next minute it would do the little spinny thing, and then I'm back buffer. Like. Yeah, it would buffer, and then I'm back here, and then now I gotta close my app, reopen it, reopen the stream, and that's when they had the WWE Network on PlayStation.
Look, we were all under either 1 or 2 WWE Network accounts. So
yeah, we used to share.
You would log in, and it would say that you're a new user, so you can only have 3 on at once, right? So if you close your app and log back in, it counts you as a new person. So somebody's gonna get kicked off.
Yeah, and y'all don't know nothing about going to some Walmart and grabbing the WWE Network.
That's what me and Whistler brought that up in the last interview.
Used to be the greatest thing. I would walk my happy ass up in Walmart. I'd be looking in the gift cards. I see that WWE thing. I say, I'm going to get this right now. I need to be another month.
We're talking about that, Valente. We used to all share an account and everything, and there was 4 of us. It was me, you, Shane, and Dakota.
Was Shane on it? I couldn't remember.
Yes.
He was for a while.
And think about it. Every time we'd log back in, somebody get kicked off. So you only got, say, a pay-per-view was 3 hours.
I paid for this account, by the way. This was my account. I got kicked off.
I was gonna say I had a bunch of ones, but then when I stopped, we kind of just all started doing it. Either I'd get kicked off, Cass would get kicked off. Valente pays for it. He gets kicked off, so he gets double fucked.
I
and then sometimes Shane would be doing it. But that's when we went to Discord, and like I said, we all, like, I'm getting back into a lot of the times I couldn't watch Raw or SmackDown other than highlights because I don't have regular TV. You got Roku. So, but now it's on Netflix, and I've watched the past 2 episodes, and I'm getting, other than pay-per-views, we really didn't watch like growing older, we didn't watch too much of the Raw and SmackDown. We kind of got out of it. But we watched all the Royal Rumbles, all the WrestleManias, and some pay-per-views in between.
The big four, 100% we were watching. Some
Yeah,
pay-per-views, depending on how the card
I don't
looked,
think
we'd
we-
watch. Yeah.
I think our first WrestleMania we watched together was 31, and we have not missed watching the one together since then.
Yeah, no, we don't miss WrestleManias. That's literally tradition.
We do it every year. Same with the Rumble. We do it every year.
Last year.
Maybe not this year. Maybe not this year.
Maybe not
praying,
this year, but
because
I was gonna fly it, but
I'm down the street, literally. So.
I just came down there in October.
So, all right, we'll go ahead and get into the next question. I ain't got no problem with that.
Let's get in some UK.
So,
Let's get in some suggested ones.
Oh, you want to go ahead and hop into some suggestion ones?
No.
Let's
Do
finish
it.
what you got
Do
planned, and then
finish
we'll
what
do
you
the
got going.
suggestion
Let's do
ones.
that. No, we'll do the suggestion ones for everybody.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No. Hop into what you're talking about. See, we're gonna miss confused, man.
All right. Let him do his thing. Let him do his thing.
Do your thing.
So,
Let him cook.
2K25. Announcement. January 28th.
Okay. Got you.
What y'all want in the game? 3 things. We did it for Cole's interview that's going to go up after this one. 3 things for WWE 2K25.
Got you. All right. Let me start. Coda, I'll start. You build off of it because we've been talking about this for years. Everybody hates the idea of it. We've been wanting it since we've met.
Oh, I know it. Oh my God, we want it so bad.
All of us are wrestling fans. We're both NBA 2K fans.
We love
NBA 2K. As a much of a dying breed as that game is, we play it every year. At least for the first month, and then we'll have some point in the year where it gets revived. Hopefully soon. But like we mentioned before, the main attraction in that game is My Park.
Yeah.
It's an open world version of the game where you can go find courts, play against other people. Yeah. Please bring. Sorry to everybody in the chat, because I guarantee you there's nobody in this chat that agrees with us.
Yeah. No,
there's not a
this
single
is just a
person in this
childhood
chat.
dream.
Imagine walking around the performance center, because
exactly
when this was our original thought, our idea was the performance center, because the performance center really was, what's the word for it? Resemblant of Rivet City or whatever. So just imagine being able to go around the performance center and hop on
spot.
the hop on the ring apron as a got next spot. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. I love that. That's we made Facebook accounts. And we went under, I don't know if it was WWE 2K18, but we went under the account, and we would tell them, bro, WWE, we want some My Park, like NBA 2K,
it's made by the same studio, so
it is. But even it doesn't have to be similar, bro. It can be like a performance center where you can step on a spot as a tag team. You can get up in your squad, step on a spot, step on the ones. But yeah, that's definitely good. What I would want back in WWE, create a finisher. That was a great thing of 14. Create a finisher was amazing. And I think they should bring that back.
Me and Shannon talked about create a finisher a bit, and I want to elaborate on that. I 100% am down for a creative finisher if they can make it flow. If anybody remembers the 2K14 animations for creative finisher, it was choppy.
Yeah, but it's new. It's new.
It would look like camera. It would look like a cut. Yeah.
But it's new. It's new software now, and they should definitely be able to do it with the technology they have now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't see any problem.
They should be able to make it where, and especially with mocap, because I believe that was the problem with those games, Volante. That I want to say that those games might have not been mocapped.
Mm-hmm.
I might be wrong about that, but
they could also bring back some cool matches, like Inferno matches. Inferno matches would be cool.
Different match types would be cool.
Different match, an I Quit match, an actual I Quit match.
Bro, an actual. Talked about this. With
you
Cole
wouldn't
as
have
well.
to. Yep.
How about I have plans eventually in UKW to maybe do an I Quit match, and actually having an I Quit match in the game
would have helped a lot.
Would help a lot. Yeah.
Do you know what on brand an I Quit match for someone like Gabriel Cole would be?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be I quit. It'd be
It'd be-
murder me.
Yeah, it'd
You
be
want me out
like
this match.
imagine the Gabriel Cole Gunther match at Bloodsport. Was that what it was?
What about that
Smash.
60-man Iron Man match?
Imagine that.
No, red,
in
white, and
iQuit.
rouge. Red, white,
Yeah.
and rouge.
Yeah, imagine that and fucking and what you call it? And I quit. Oh my god, my brain is fried. I quit match. Imagine that.
And
I quit thinking.
that's what I'm saying. Like different match types like that. Create a story. That was something that was brought up in the Shannon interview. Create a story would be good, just so we'd be able to add in certain animations.
Yeah,
But
cutscenes.
we're looking at it from like a creative point of view. I know, Dakota, one thing you've said for a long time is you would like an online ranking system back.
Yeah, I want that back. Like 2K17. I feel like that brings an extra quality to the game for people who may like play other games that like Street Fighter. I know that's a bad way to compare it. Mortal Kombat. See, they always have ranking systems. You don't have to bring back like how it used to be in 2K17, but you can make it like how they have it in their games where you have certain ranks. And I feel like that'd bring it back to another online perspective for people when they get back into a lot of the online stuff. Is for a lot of that to happen. I could see that.
And that just as long as they're making improvements to the game, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
But
after 2K20, right? 2K20 was the worst. I would say the worst video game ever created. But there's not a lot of people that would debate that. Let me be honest.
Yeah, so my thing would be bleeding from different spots, not just the face. I feel
That's
like you
true.
should be able to bleed from different spots than just the face. Because when you see a dude get through a table, you're going to get that paper cut. I better be seeing you bleeding on your finger or your hand, right? Or if you get thrown through a ladder, if I don't see you gushing out blood from your back, then that's just not realistic physics.
Did you just say you get a paper cut?
Yeah, we get it all the time. You ever seen... You've seen Valor's floor? I said it about 4 times on each episode.
that's a splinter.
Paper cut?
Oh, not a paper cut, a splinter. Oh, my Lord. Jesus in heaven, help me.
From a
What the
wooden
hell?
table?
No, my fault. Okay, wait. Sidetrack. What the hell? I've been stunned.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, logical
Splinter.
advancements.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And they could definitely do that.
like,
For sure. They could do that. Or at least bruising, maybe.
yeah, I don't know an example. Like, for example, when they made it to where your face paint would rub off eventually,
Yeah.
like, shit that you would logically see that would make presentation for us as creators and shit that would make me go like, oh shit, that's cool. You know?
One thing
Yeah.
I've always
And probably
thought,
a Triple H showcase. I want a Triple H showcase.
one thing I thought would be kind of cool, Volante, is like mask people like Rey Mysterio and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you were in an extreme match and you hit them with like a chair or or they added the fucking light tube in the game or something. I'd like to see mask ripping. Very similar to the face paint.
Like Rey Mysterio when I
Yeah.
can't remember who the wrestler was trying to rip his mask off. Those matches,
Yeah.
I know Ray had a couple of them.
The point I draw to is now that Penta is in WWE. He actually debuted yesterday as of recording this. He's kind of iconic for that in kind of more extreme matches of like his mask will get ripped by like the weapons and stuff like that, and I feel like that'd be a cool thing for them to add some like mask physics.
Yeah, and also we were talking about this when we were doing the recent recording for I think it was Valor. We were talking about create a ref maybe. Like if they were to be,
Create a
because I feel like
ref,
there's such a limited amount of refs in the game that you can do that are just so generic. I feel like if you could do like a create a ref type of thing, that would add a lot of aspect to the game.
Mm-hmm.
What this is one thing that I've actually thought might be a good idea. What about create a fan?
Create a fan wouldn't be bad, so you didn't have like, but no, I'd be maybe create a shirt. to where like all the fans aren't wearing like the WWE shirts in the
That
crowd,
that yeah that
and they're wearing like the
I feel like they
UKW.
could find a way to lump that in with crowd signs, though.
yeah, that's what
You
I'm
think so?
saying. I agree
Like,
with Valente. Is they could make it its own. Like when you go to the creation, it's its own tab. Instead of putting crowd signs with images, like they have it in 2K24, they can put crowd signs and crowd shirts.
I think that should be like an arena setup thingy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that
And also, like half the time, and a great fix would fix moves that don't connect half the time. And sometimes you'll see that when he said, "Oh my God," because we had a lot of those. And I feel like it's such a modernized thing for games nowadays. You can see games that are doing crazy stuff with their physics. I feel like WWE needs to fix that as if they want to continue being a good game. And even Madden, who is not made by the same company, but in EA, shit, don't get me wrong, nobody likes EA, but they do have decent physics, right? The run physics, sometimes you can catch a ball over four people, but we ain't gonna talk about that. And same with 2K. 2K has good phases. FIFA is really good. I've recently enjoyed that. But I feel like WWE could do a lot more with what the
with
system
their
they have.
with their like move combination and move connection and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like, and
That
like
would
I
definitely
don't.
be one.
This is also my opinion on something, and maybe this is just me being a little over greedy. But if you're a cruiserweight and you do a clothesline, or if you're a super heavyweight and you do a clothesline, those animations shouldn't look the same, even if it's the same move.
Yeah.
If you decide you want to use clothesline 17, let's just say some random clothesline, it's the same animation, but the follow through shouldn't look the same for two different weight class superstars.
Yeah.
I think they should have.
If it's a higher weight class, it should be that boy's getting knocked the hell out of the ring with that big ass clothesline. If it's a smaller weight class, you get more of a subtle, like an easier one.
Like say for the cruiserweight to lightweight, if you hit the clothesline, they just fall down. But if you hit the clothesline as like a super heavyweight, when you hit the clothesline, like they like fold.
Mm-hmm.
Like different animations vary from the size of the superstar. I feel like that would be cool. But that's like
big. They would have to definitely, and they probably won't do it. But like going out of universe, like cool things would be like maybe getting some TNA legends in there now that they have like the cross brand.
I'd like that. I'd like that too, to do maybe some like crossover. Like maybe get Joe Hendry in the game, something like that.
More match types. That's the biggest thing I feel like we need to look forward to in 2K25. More match types for sure, because they have so many match types they can do that they're not putting in the game, and it can really ruin it.
All right, so we'll get into some more stuff real quick. As we'll do just Black Iron and Gabriel Cole for this.
Okay.
We won't worry about Chris Tucker and Jacob Whitaker. They're there, but we won't worry about them right now.
They're there. Fuck them.
Yeah.
What is the favorite storyline that you have been involved in UKW that you really enjoyed?
I already got mine.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna think.
Black Iron versus Shane Roach. That storyline for the international championship was probably my favorite storyline that Black Iron has ever been in.
Are you talking about the international championship one or the world championship one?
It was the international one, where I'm pretty sure he super kicked me about 6 times in a cage.
That's the world championship.
Just because that's the world championship one. Okay, that's probably my favorite one because he super kicked me about 6 times. I was about to win a match, and he had lower body weight than me. He was able to drop to the floor. That shit won't fair. But that's probably one of my favorites in Black Iron's feuds, because I was really killing it back then.
All right, Valentine.
I have a couple.
Okay.
60-man Iron match couple.
I actually have 3. No, I wasn't in that.
Yeah, he wasn't in that.
I thought he was in the 60-man. I thought he had you had one with Gunther, didn't you?
That was a last man standing match. That's one of them.
Oh, there we go.
That was where I really came up with the Iron Man, like when we call him the Iron Man of UKW. That's how I came up with that. So that's one of them. the other one is one of the more recent ones we did with Black Iron, Mason Andrews, Yamashita, and Gabriel Cole, where Yamashita is basically fucking Thanos, and
Hmm. Yeah, I was in
Black
that.
Iron recruits Gabriel Cole. They're like, hey, we need some help, and then they can't do
Needed
it,
it.
so then they call Mason Andrews, hey, we need some help. Still can't do it. Um, but then Mason Andrews earns his shot with Cole, and that was one of the storylines that I was more involved in myself. Like voicing and uh, all that. So that was I've always loved the idea of putting Mason Andrews over, and the idea. So the whole idea of what I say in commentary about Mason Andrews needed to find his way out of being the David. I always loved the idea of that being against me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because he's always so friendly. He's always so
Yeah, I always kind of hype that up in commentary because
yeah.
he's always such a good wrestler and he has always such a good gimmick. So I kind of like to hype it up about him changing between the David and Goliath. You saw what PJ Razor did when he got a haircut, so maybe take some tips.
Yeah.
so like stuff like that where you can be very like involved in what's going
hmm
on.
those are the ones I was most involved in. As like you could tell this is the Gunther one was back when it was just me and you commentating. You could tell because I pretty much took over the commentary for that match. Like you could just tell by like my energy level. I loved doing that. And then also with the Mason one, I was more vocal in the storyline, and uh, I was able to, voice so much.
Yeah, I think my
Yeah,
first
and
vocal point was the Iron Disciples. When I did my first promo for the Iron Disciples, wasn't great, but it was still there. That was
and
when
that
I got really vocal.
and like that's always something I've thought about of like having y'all involved in more stuff. And the because I feel like it could really help with Cole and Iron being like established on the show. Especially like for example with the Mason Andrews stuff, Cole was able to use that story to really like build Mason up, and now Mason is the Pride champion, and it kind of upped his stock on the show and stuff.
hmm
Yeah,
So
no, for sure.
now with that,
People
um,
don't remember when I fought Dolph Ziggler.
oh
People don't
my
remember that.
god, this is some
Hey man, I
this is
would say
early
that was
on
my
in you.
favorite match.
This
People don't remember when I fought Dolph Ziggler now. Go
People
back to
don't
season one.
remember Daniel Bryan versus Shane Roach at GCW Wrestle Dream or whatever the fuck it was.
Dude. And this one we're still using Dolph Ziggler.
um, this is the last question before we get into the community questions. Um, UKW has seen some absolute crazy growth recently,
Yep.
and really
Very
over the
thankful.
past year as a whole. Valente showed
hmm
me the analytics, like
Yeah.
shitload of watch hours, shitload of subscribers, and stuff like that.
Our subscriber count starting January 1st of last year doubled to now.
Yeah.
Or we gained like 262 subs in 2024 or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
like, we do have way more we want to do, but I want to
hmm
see like where do y'all envision UKW going in this next year? As a show, as like your individual characters, what would y'all like to do in the next year? Stuff like that. Answer the
Mm-hmm.
question however you want to.
Do you want to go first, Valente?
So
I'll let you go first.
I can't really say much as a show because if I said that now, that would be something that we could just implement right now because it's an idea. Uh, as of right now, I don't have any ideas of where the show would be. I feel like right now it is not the best it can be, but the best that we've come up with, right? So I
Yeah.
can't tell you what I want it to look like, New Year's Eve 2025, uh, because then we could just do that right now. It wouldn't really be an idea. But I mean, we've made a lot of, whether it be subtle improvements or big like production improvements over just the last month, and of course over the last year. Just I want to keep that going because obviously you're never gonna stop thinking. And then for my character, I mean, shit, I've seen the highest and the lows, highest of highs, lowest of lows, middest of mids.
Fading back.
It's kind of like, character wise, I just like being involved with someone who's super important, like Mason Andrews and Black Iron, and anybody who we're trying to make seem important.
Yeah.
And I've always found that like a big key that I'm able to put. And I was talking about this with Shane, who, for you all guys, and I'll use this as the official announcement, is now the official arena kind of overseer with me. Me and him are going to oversee all the UKW arenas from now on. So I was talking about it with this earlier today, is there's a certain type of security for me when I can put a guy that debuts on the show, say for a guy like somebody that just joined the Discord. Say I want to debut somebody like Marcus Blaze.
McCarthy.
Or Tristan McCarthy.
He's already debuted it. But
say I want to debut anybody that debuts on the show against. I can put them in a storyline with Gabriel Cole, or a Black Iron, or a Shane Roach, or an Ace Stone, or a Big K, because I know that there's consistency. I know y'all guys are going to be consistent in a story and not have a problem with maybe your character not always coming out on the upper side of it. If that makes sense.
And I've always voiced that for mine, because if there's new talent that's always coming into the business, I don't care. Like I just won the world title, but we had a better storyline prepared, and I'm not gonna drop anything for a different person. And Cass doesn't, when he asks us about storyline and when he makes a storyline, he doesn't think, oh, I'm making this storyline 2 weeks ahead. I'm thinking 3-4 pay-per-views ahead.
Yeah.
And that's how he thinks. He's thinking 3 or 4 papers a year. So
Here's the thing.
We'll brainstorm stuff, and then we'll go ahead with that. And then if there's a better story there, then which there was with the whole Black Iron thing when he dropped the title, but stuff like that I'm completely fine with, because I know I'll always fade back, and then when there's a story better, you'll fade back in. And I think that's with every superstar on UKW, that they should know that just because your call is not doing what you want it to do now doesn't mean here in the future you're going to have a better storyline and you're going to be that champion. So that's my opinion on it.
You know what? It's called Creator Insight for a reason. So, like you said, he does plan 3 or 4 months ahead. But something that a lot of people don't know is that when he plans, he already has the final idea of what the be all end all end game is with that story. And he literally does all the planning towards that probably within a few days.
Yeah.
Especially with college coming up, this will be dropping this weekend, this either Saturday or Sunday, because I noticed by accident I dropped the Whistler episode on Saturday, so I'll probably end up dropping this one Sunday.
A little excited.
But a little sneak peek, guys. I actually have. We don't have them commed yet, but I have all of the videos leading up to Wildcard and Wildcard fully edited as of Tuesday, January 14th. Because
major
of I was hella stressed about starting school and everything, and I wanted to make sure that all these videos were done and good and out. So
yeah,
I'm ready to be calmed for whenever we were able to do that. So it was just something I had serious worry about. So I was able to put into work and get that done.
And that's a good thing, because then you don't have to worry about it for right now. And then now you got your next couple of videos. We got our next couple of videos going, and people can enjoy it. and that's what we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
bring to you. And stay tuned because there's some fire shit about to happen.
Oh, one
Yeah.
definitely 100%. So, um, with that, with that being said, we've got some creative questions from the community that I want to get into.
No,
Mm-hmm.
three good ones.
We've got 3 different questions, all from people within the UKW and or SWW communities. The first one we'll go ahead and take is from one half of the UKW Tag Team Champions, Anthony Gardner.
Anarchist.
And
AG.
and that is, what was the goal when you started UKW versus the goal now since its creation? And I'll answer that, and then y'all can list any kind of opinions y'all have on it. I would say
Okay.
when UKW started, there wasn't really a goal set in place for me specifically. I was just happy to be making some form of wrestling content again. Because I really thought after LAW was done and after all that, that I was done with it at that point. But now, at this point where we are with UKW and the friendships I've been able to make and the people I've been able to meet, I'm really excited with where UKW can go. I think the biggest chance of that is to constantly keep improving and reach a point where you really can be viewed along the same lines as some of these other bigger shows,
Right.
and that's where we want to reach to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all's opinion might differentiate from that, but love to hear it.
You go.
So when I started, I mean, shit, I got into this, just because it was fun. And one day you just asked me when you were solo coming, you asked me if I wanted to do one with you. Like, sure, why not? Because I don't know what told me to do it. I did it, and I enjoyed it, and it became a constant thing. So my goal at the start of it, I didn't really have a goal. It's just something I was having fun with. But now to see all the constant improvements, that you can actually take it somewhere. Uh, I like to set a bunch of small goals because I've noticed if you set one really big goal, um, you kind of demoralize yourself because you don't really see yourself hit a goal. If you set one big goal, so I set a bunch of small goals. Um, Obviously, those goals are to put out the content because it all starts with that. And when you hear one person say that they enjoyed it, it makes it all feel worth it because the idea of putting out content is you're really just trying to enjoy or make people enjoy what you're doing, what you're putting out. It's entertainment, right?
Yeah,
So trying to entertain people, that grows over time. I'd like to see us hit 500 subscribers by WrestleMania, maybe. Um,
that'd be cool.
yeah, by the time WrestleMania comes around, I'd like to see us by 500 subscribers. We're growing at a faster pace than I think we ever have before. So, I mean, yeah, I like to set goals that are possible because I like to see myself happy instead of seeing myself down because I didn't make a goal.
Yeah.
What about you, Coda?
Well, mine's a little. I guess you could say a little different. I always want to see UKW improving, and I always want to be setting goals higher. Like I said, 600 by the end of the year would be very great for us in the way we're growing. But the start of it, I think it was really that I think it was y'all were already common for a month, and see we're always together. We play different games outside of doing comms and stuff, and
Mm,
my thing was I felt left out, right? And that's gonna sound sad, but I was thinking on it, and I felt left out. So a funny thing is, we didn't used to post com, right? We did not at all. Like what you're seeing, the improvement of UKW now was not. We were calming, but we weren't post calming. We were calming on PlayStation.
As it
And
happened, literally
PlayStation's
as
already
it happened.
as it happened, right? So if you made a mistake, you can't go back and fix that, right? It's no retakes, nothing. So I think my first ever show, we was late at night. It was like 3:30 in the morning. Valente had a tragic accident going on in his family, I think, at the time, and that was around where he had taken a break off during that time, and that was when Cass asked me, or well, I really wanted to do it because I felt left out. But Cass says, you want to maybe see how this goes for you. So I said maybe we should post comment, maybe we should try out post commenting, and I can't remember the exact event, but it might have been Fight Night. Was it Fight Night?
No, the first Fight Night was the first post-con event. We did Pinnacle Live.
I was at Fight Night, so I remember it.
Yeah, you were at Fight Night, so it couldn't have been that.
No. What you're talking about that Valente missed was the recording session for the clips.
Yes, my bad.
Which, the actual commentating was post-com for Fight Night, the original Fight Night. Valente and me and you did live com for Pinnacle 1. 3.5 hours straight.
Yeah.
Valente, Dakota's sick as a dog. About dead.
Yep.
If that doesn't show the
rough.
dedication that Valente and Dakota and I have to the black and gold brand, I don't know what the fuck does.
Yeah.
But
Dude,
a lot of the reason
Dakota literally couldn't breathe half the show. I was grieving, and I don't know what you were up to, but
yeah,
considering our luck, it probably wasn't anything good.
Exactly. But my whole thing about the thing was I just kind of wanted to do it with my friends, and no matter what that meant, I always enjoyed call community creations. I always enjoyed the community and such, like having my character Black Iron, and I want to see Black Iron definitely expand out more. Maybe get to some more other shows. Doesn't have to be major, but just to see him on other shows would be nice, and other people using them and being able to do that. But just the aspirations I have for it is to continue enjoying it with my friends and continue to seeing how people in the Discord, in the UKW universe, as we call it, react to how we are. We're just regular chill guys that enjoy making post-comming UKW stuff and to make you enjoyable to watch it. And that's really the aspirations I have as of right now for UKW.
And I think it's always, like, the aspirations are always growing, and, I know there's been ideas pitched around about us doing, like, maybe some, live reaction stuff, which we might do, if y'all decide not to go to the Royal Rumble.
I'm trying to go. I'm actively trying to go, so.
But if y'all decide not to go, I would love to do some live reactions to the Royal Rumble, maybe. That'd be our first live reaction.
Get some guest people up in there, like Shane Roach, we know. Get some people up in there like that.
It would depend on how some people feel about that, but...
No, I'm talking about, like, a whole, like, watch party for UKW for the Rumble, Maybe people who have time that's not watching with friends or family.
Well, no, Dakota, the thing I was talking about was, like, a live stream.
Oh, like, live stream it, like we did
Yeah,
before.
like, live stream our live reactions,
Never mind.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then we've done that. We've done that a couple of times, throughout the years. We actually had a challenge. We had a championship. I'm gonna get into that. We had a championship.
Would love to do a UKW Predictions Championship. That would be something.
It's called the Prediction Championship. I still don't know who the hell holds it right now. I know I've held it twice. Don't know how, but I think Valente holds it right now. So he's the big dog, and
that bitch is.
We haven't done it in a while.
Yeah,
and then we had a WrestleMania night prediction. I think Cass had to eat.
I had to eat
it was
soap.
bad.
He ate soap.
Was it soap?
Yeah,
he had a bar of soap. Oh God, that was horrible. You shouldn't have lost that.
Obviously, he didn't swallow it. That would kill you.
Yeah. But
All right, we got
it was
more
terrible.
questions left, and they kind of maybe They kind of maybe go a bit together. Marcel Delango asked, what would you consider a dream match with the roster of SWW / Rush versus UKW? Um, I and I'll answer this. Y'all could give y'all's opinions. Um, I love Whistler's story and his character, and the character differences from old SWW to Divinity, and even now past Divinity. And I feel like that very much is very similar with a Shane Roach in UKW that has had a lot of character shift throughout his run. So an Ace Whistler versus Shane Roach match would be kind of sick. And I know this is something me and Dakota talked about a bit, but a Andre Simmons versus Shannon Silvera would be a fantastic match.
Yeah, I have another one to add in there that I thought about recently. And now this is a guy that I think everybody knows in UKW because you should know him because I call him the main character. I kind of made that up for him. He might have faded back right now, but that dude's a big dog. And that's in Rogue Abbott. And I'd love to see a match between Shannon Silvera versus Rogue Abbott.
That'd be sick.
That would be
sick too.
A great match.
Another match I think would be really cool if we could ever get, just because I don't think anything like this has been done before. Simmons is in Catch 22, which is coached by Trey Mercer. So doing a Trey Mercer versus Andre Simmons match would be kind of sick. Kind of a coach versus student type match and stuff like that. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. So,
I'm not, big into SWW like you guys are. No disrespect to them, I know they're great. I just, never really, watched, content a lot.
Which is okay because I feel like it gives you a unique viewpoint.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say UKW's best 5 versus SWW's best 5. Let's go just do a Survivor Series match in the way that.
But now, and this is another guy I would love to see do some stuff. Rio De Niro asked, the current Rush champion, is that what are some plans you're looking forward to accomplishing in the future of UKW? And who are some characters you would love to work with? See, for me, for the future UKW, it's very, constant improvement. That's all I'm looking for. And I think success as far as, numbers-wise, view-wise, watch hours, all that stuff, that'll come with constant improvement. As long as we're improving, people will notice that and keep coming back.
Yeah.
For sure.
Now, as far as,
at the end of the day, you're trying to hold someone's attention, and if you're putting out, attention-grabbing stuff, people are going to watch. More people will watch. Da-da-da. It's, the cycle.
The more appealing.
Now, as far as, what's your plan looking forward to accomplish in the future of UKW, I want to keep expanding creator insight and get some people maybe from different backgrounds, maybe people that in CAW are more focused into image design, like Whistler was talking about. He's maybe not as big as an editor as anybody else is, way more into the entire image, way more into GFX and logo design and all that stuff. That was a great conversation. Might love to get an independent wrestler on eventually. That would be a sick conversation to have. It doesn't have to. Creator Insight itself does not just have to be CAW content. It doesn't have to just. It's just wrestling content. I'd love to get Big K and Grayson on. They do the Curb Stomp podcast. I'd love to talk with them about how that started and the ideas behind
Shout out to them. Shout out to them boys.
Yep. That'd be great.
And of
we
course,
were still friends when they made that too.
Yes.
And they've grown big.
And I'd love to shoot some more stuff and try to get some home runs on. I know Shannon and Ace were the two guys I really wanted for the first 2 episodes, but I'd love to really get a guy like Chris Danger on. Like,
Yeah.
if he's busy
For
as
sure,
fuck, I
that'd be
know,
mega.
but
That'd be mega.
I'd love to, like, if we're talking like astronomical goals, stuff like that would be sick. Hell, one guy that I loved watching his content back in the day would be Phoenix Nitro. I'd love to get Nitro on.
Yeah,
Murphs,
you were showing me that the other day.
Murphs,
And
BDE,
BD, Mathwiz. I'd love to get Mathwiz on.
CM Pulse.
CM Pulse, Delzinski. Some of those guys I would love to get on to just pick their brain on their Universe Mode content and their call content.
His name Tony Pizza Guy. I loved him. I loved him.
Tony Pizza Guy.
I love
Tony
bro.
Pizza Guy doesn't not only. Oh my, that's a pull right there, dude. I used to watch him all the time. And
But
doesn't he do
I-
Madden stuff too?
No, Tony Pizza
no,
Guy.
you're thinking of your boy. You're thinking of your boy Pizza.
No, not Yobo. Oh yeah, but I also know Tony Pizza
Fun
Guy
fact,
too, though.
Volante, and I don't think you and Dakota will know this, but CM Pulse and Tony Pizza Guy are the ones that founded DPW, where Chris
I knew
Danger
that.
works.
I knew that.
Oh, you
yeah.
did know that?
Yeah, I did.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
stupid, buddy.
But
But
UKW
Chris
really,
Danger does pretty. No, you're good.
UKW really is. We are looking to grow it and always looking to improve. But guys, I think that's us being out of questions. We're just about to hit the 2-hour mark. So if y'all have anything else y'all would like to add on about any of the questions we've talked about or anything else y'all want to expound upon, go ahead and do that. And or if not, we can go ahead and wrap up. Call it a day.
Do we want to talk about like the whole situation earlier
Well,
That-
it's
that we brought up? Because there's a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if the viewers noticed that. There's a lot of things that we've said we'll talk about, and then we just kind of.
Well, we've talked about it a lot, and I think it's a lot of importance for the viewers to understand from our perspective about everything's going on. So sometimes they'll probably get confused, but we'll make it up in other segments. But there's definitely a lot. There's so much to talk about. I mean, this is 9 years worth of
I mean, shit. It's
memories. And
this is like Career Insights then, but this is just like a normal normal
Yeah.
nostalgic conversation for us.
that way, like I say all the time. You remember that one day where we hopped on WWE and we were in a match, and I swear I beat you, but it actually split screened. You know, we'll just say that
yeah.
randomly one day
No,
and stuff
but,
like that.
like, it's crazy how different life would be if you didn't, or was it me or you that
It was me.
hopped on the spot?
It was me. I hopped on the
Yeah,
spot.
so I mean, it's crazy how life would be like different if you didn't hop on that Got Next spot,
Yeah.
and how crazy life would be if I never joined that Twitch stream. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. And like, I would love to have. Maybe we get more and more viewers for Creator Insight. Maybe we can get more and more questions about. And that's why there's always like opportunity for a follow-up episode with the same people I've done before. Because if people would like to see a second episode, I wouldn't mind doing that. But for right now, guys, we're gonna call it in for today. Shane Roach is gonna be on an upcoming episode, Volante. So I think we'll dive more into what happened with the three of us and him.
can I be on that episode?
Yeah,
If you
maybe
would-
we
if you
should
would-
get a 4. Should we try it?
If that would be something y'all would be down for,
I'm down
we-
for.
Can we do like a live therapy session?
That'd be something
No,
I'd be down
but
for.
that would definitely
but-
bring a perspective.
Yeah,
That would-
no, because that's why I didn't talk about it right now, because it's not fair to him to.
Yeah.
And that's something I would like to maybe discuss in the future. But for right now, I'll see you guys in the next Creator Insight. And we're done.